for it to do its thing. Yeah. And here we go. We've got a stream going. I'm at an odd angle today. Doesn't look 100% great, but we're gonna deal with this. I don't know. I have the laptop on my chair this time because I felt like when it was on the bed, we were jostling around a little bit because it's like a bouncy house up in this bitch. But hey, everybody, come back to work.
The camera and picture is actually looking really good tonight.
Yeah, I think it's using my good camera. I have like so many devices plugged into this. I've got my Yeti up there, so it's connected. I've got my mouse. I've got my webcam. Everything's hooked up. There's no more USB ports on this thing. So today I was hoping we could finish up Rainbow Dash. Here she is. Her hair's a little out of control right now, but she looked great. She's looking good in the hood. Yeah. And this, take a look. This is the cutie mark we embroidered for her last week. That was a solid piece of work. That was my first time embroidering, so I thought it came out really well. She's still kind of a bobblehead, but you know, it's fun.
Heather. So wait, hold on. I want to take a guess. Those two masks behind you. One is Reaper, one is.
Keep guess. Guess.
Cobra.
No, that's Genji. They're both from Overwatch. That's Reaper and Genji.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Clayton was asking what those masks were, and I wanted to see if I could get them.
Ready? Yes. Okay. Just get on there.
Okay.
Clayton's saying, while Hood is knocked, will come, and I have no idea what that means.
I don't know what's going on.
Let me search that. Cool.
Well, I know knocked means night.
Knocked.
Oriental's Clocks says, hey Heather and everybody, and I just saw Sweetie's elbow bounce in from off screen. How's it going, Sweetie?
It's going alright, yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Little worn out. I worked out super hard today.
Good gracious.
Oh, we've had our own little battles. Somebody had to take knife to the vet this week.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Tell me about that.
She wasn't very happy about it.
She's never happy.
She was stress panting, but she got her vaccinations.
Did she do that the last time we took her to the vet? I feel like she did.
No, because she had her vaccinations from the shelter.
No, I mean like the panting.
Oh, no. I think probably because you were with her. So it was a combination of it's me and then these strange people who were poking her and she wasn't having a good time.
Poor baby, but at least she's got her vaccinations. Now let's see. Where are her eyeballs? Here it is. We were working on her eyeballs last week.
DJ, a new controller in the chat now. Or we've had him in the chat.
DJ?
Yep.
Alright.
Buck&5 wants to know what you think about
You had your
the
thingamajig last week. Get your thingamajig for doing this.
Oh, right. I forgot. Yes.
She has this thing that helps her thread the needle that's really good. What is it? Because I need one of those.
I forget what it's called. I think it is like a... don't know.
Oh, is it like one of those wire loops?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see that?
Yeah,
I need that.
I've got those, and yeah, they make life so much
They
easier.
do. Like,
I
I've never...
actually threaded it.
Oh, good job. Well, we'll have it on standby for the...
Damn, I'm a champ.
Good job. No, yeah, they do make life so much easier to the point where, like, I don't thread a needle without one. I do not trust my skills. I'm gonna get myself...
I got skills to pay the bills.
I got to tell you about this one time. I made a Sunset Shimmer plushie, and she was yellow, as you do with Sunset Shimmer. But the room I was in was lit entirely by tungsten bulbs, so very orange. And I didn't have my glasses. Why didn't I have my glasses? Did I not have glasses yet, or did I break them? For whatever reason, I didn't have my glasses yet. I was threading that needle blind.
Oh, gracious.
Yeah, somehow I got it, but orange rune with an orange thread was not a good combination
Yeah, that works.
with bad eyes.
But honey, Sunset Shimmer is orange.
Isn't she yellow?
Fluttershy is yellow.
She's like somewhere between Fluttershy and Applejack.
You know what? She's a Flash Sentry color because he's kind of like in between. But if I had to say, I have to look at her again. I don't have.
I think she's like if I were to go for like orange to yellow, it's basically Applejack.
Yeah, there's that.
Then it's Flash Sentry, then Sunset Shimmer, then Fluttershy.
So
Yeah,
if you had to say,
they're
she'd be a
definitely
mango.
different shades of
Basically.
the yellow.
She's a mango.
Mango makes sense.
Don't you just want a smoothie? I gotta sneeze. Hold on. No, I can't. I played myself. So they want me to.
Orientals.
Where's the other eye I made? Is it this one?
Yeah, I think so.
Oriental's clock says, speaking of the masks, how long have you been an Overwatch fan for, and how frequently do you play the game?
I don't play anymore because it just doesn't run really well on this laptop. I mean, I was gonna try again, but like I had to reset my laptop one time after this whole mess because it had something on it. I had to get it fixed, and I just never reinstalled Overwatch. But I do like Overwatch, and of course their lore is always good when they have videos to watch. I really did like Overwatch a lot, mostly for aesthetic and potential lore and the fan content and the yandere fan fictions. So much. You know, that's just my business.
Battleship's asking how conditions at the shelter are right now.
They're okay. We're getting by. You know. Luckily, we're usually out of there by 7:30, so. Excuse me. So it's not too hard to deal with the curfew.
Yeah, how's that curfew going over there?
I mean, I request to go home early, which they allow me to, but it doesn't really affect this one.
I was always getting out of work at 4. Now, if they switched it to 5 like they have in other places, and then I'd be like, shit, let me out of here now.
Yeah, like LA is really the one that kept on getting earlier and earlier. But most other places it's 8.
They want me to do it.
It's 10 o'clock over here.
10 o'clock is the curfew?
That's a crap curfew, no offense.
Yep.
That ain't fair.
Yeah. I'm like, you can actually do shit.
Papa government, how come Bronny gets to stay out till 10?
I think that's weird because I talked to Nora, who's in Miami, and she said it's 8 on her end.
Well, do they do it by different cities?
Well, maybe. I know for us it's statewide. The entire state of Arizona is 8 p.m. Though, yeah, some it's citywide, like Los Angeles has a different curfew than San Francisco.
Just full of hiccups.
Yeah. They're chronic at this point.
Oh, God. I hate it when I get them. It hurts.
Yep.
I threaded a needle without asking.
Nice.
I'm on a roll today. This is as good as it
It's
gets.
because we have it in reach.
Buck&5 wants to know, Sweetie Bloom, what is your favorite TF2 analysis moment that you have been a part of?
That definitely narrows down the search because I haven't been a part of much. Probably actually Lady of the Lander would be one of my favorites, even though, yeah, I had my Superform script. I liked working with Vector Brony on Lady of the Lander, so I'll go with that one.
Cool.
Amazing Gumball's asking who the male voice is, and my follow-up question is, which one?
We have Ronnie and Brandon in the chat with us today.
Combine them and you basically get Heather's waifu.
Eh.
So what remains on Rainbow Dash tonight?
We are gonna put our eyes on and probably a nose and a... Oh, wait, let me go look. And a nose and a mouth
So-
and eyelashes, and then she'll be done.
So Heather, when you give Rainbow Dash the mouth, it needs to look like a sideways 3, like a cat.
Ooh,
Ooh, yeah. Jeez.
ooh.
Yes.
Oh man, it's hard to sew in a curve. I'm gonna say.
So I saw earlier in the chat, somebody was surprised that you were starting with Rainbow Dash because she's not your favorite character.
Well, it's
so-
because it's what they supplied us in the kit,
Mhm.
and it's for a gift for someone else.
Yeah, it's twofold. The kit gave you enough for Rainbow Dash and Twilight. It gives you the patterns for all the other ponies, but you have to buy the supplies yourself. And then yes, this is Dusty's favorite pony. I initially was like, I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna crochet all the ponies for all the gifts for all the peoples, and then I remembered that I hadn't crocheted in 10 years, and I remembered next to nothing, and this is not easy. And this Miss Thing who's been crocheting like nonstop for who knows how long.
Now this eye came out good. This one came out like shit. This one came out.
That one came out really well, yeah.
Let me see if I have another black one in here. Because then I'll just do it over.
Yeah, you may have to like the edges, but yeah, sure.
It's a little square.
If you just get the edge, like nothing else. Yeah, on there. Just
Honey Drop the Unicorn says,
Yes.
I'm thinking about writing a children's
Perfect.
book, and I'm kind of curious as to what the book would be
I
about.
always think about writing children's
I,
books. I drew a couple pictures.
nice.
I think Baroni should write a children's book.
Oh God.
I remember when I was like, I feel like it was a school assignment. We were actually meant to write our own children's book. And the funny thing is, like, in a way, I wrote a good one and a terrible one at the same time because I was like, and this is the part where someone puts in some wisdom to teach the children. Unfortunately, being a child myself, I'm like, but I don't have much wisdom to impart. So, yeah. So, like, the moral of the lesson was really convoluted because I basically wrote a story and I didn't know what the moral of the lesson was.
I wrote a children's book in my water-based art medium class. They wanted me to draw pictures to it.
Nice.
And I just made it about a pony named Mud Pie who couldn't make friends with other ponies because nobody liked him. For dumb reasons. It was just mean kids. But Lizard liked him for who he was. And now that I think about it, I put serious morals in that crap without
Right.
realizing. Because I'm like, all the ponies were mean to him and liked him for superficial reasons. But then he found a friend in somebody who liked him just for who he was.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Heather, what was this?
This was a couple years ago when I think I might have told you about this art teacher because she sucked. Yeah.
You might have.
Yeah, so I complained about her a lot, but I enjoyed making the book, and everyone liked the book I had made. I've been thinking about like going back and redoing all those pictures, making it sort of legit. But I'll get to that eventually. I have a long life ahead of me.
Yes.
Like me.
Unlike me, who had an existential crisis earlier today.
Aw,
no,
I don't know about this.
just it's one of those like, oh God, I'm old moments.
I'm having my own little crises about like going back to college because you remember how I left the college I was at, and like my little sister was talking about how she's finally going to go to community college after forever, and I was just like, man, should I go back and get my bachelor's? And I'm like, I don't know if it's going to be the difference in my field or not, but I don't want to go back. But I'm like, it's a whole battle. I don't know if in the end it'll be worth it, and it's definitely not going to keep me on the budget.
No, definitely not.
Brandon, do we have anything interesting going on in the chat?
Bucket 5 is asking, would you be surprised if I said I saw FIM turn parental guidance into a children's book?
Not really.
Parental guidance. I'm trying to remember
The
that.
thing about
Wasn't that
a
the
lot
one
of
with
Friendship
Rainbow Dash's
episodes-
parents? Or am I misremembering? Better look it up.
Yeah, that was the one where we met Rainbow Dash's parents, and they were like super clingy. The thing about a lot of Friendship is Magic episodes is that the morals in them are surprisingly complex. So it would be kind of difficult to parse that down into a
Something made
children's
for
book
children.
without losing a significant portion of what it's supposed to be. Because the purpose of a children's book should be like subtle moral lessons, but also, you know, how old is the kid? So what, you know, how advanced should they be reading and practicing reading at their supposed level?
It could work.
When I was doing childcare,
Glue them, but I could sew them on. What do you think?
when I was doing
I
childcare,
think we
a
have
girl came in
crazy
with
glue.
a novelization of
I think
Legend
regular
of
glue would
Everfall.
probably work for it. I mean, obviously you'd have to cut off the strings at the back.
That's why I kept the strings up, because I'm like, I could also sew them on alternatively, but nah, you're right, glue. I have some
Feels
glue.
good, doesn't it, Brownie?
What does?
Fan service!
You were talking, then they started talking.
Yay, nice.
Yeah,
Hold that on your butt.
nothing I can do about that.
Because we're actually focusing on the project.
You know, kind of the point.
I was gonna say, is it the project or is it getting the knot out?
Oh,
No, not at the
God.
moment.
Christine joined us.
What's up, Christine?
How's it going, Christine?
Heather sends her greetings as well. She just has a needle in her mouth.
We need to teach Knife how to crochet
Why?
Like, even
so
I
that she can help.
You know how she's gonna help play with the yarn?
play with the yarn. Yeah. Which admittedly, like I did, I think I was like undoing a knot and I like playfully put it over her head and then she started playing with it and like, I don't know why I didn't expect that. I put yarn on a cat's head and for some reason didn't expect her to play with it.
Well, she's
Because in
such
every
a
other
lazy
aspect.
cat.
Yeah.
She doesn't do anything. So yeah, it's unlike cats to not play with string on their head, but also Knife just doesn't do very much of anything.
She
You know,
loved
Brody,
that grass from Easter.
You're
But-
a lazy cat.
Is
Yeah.
that so?
Brony.
Yeah.
Tell
I don't
me.
see you crocheting.
I
Yeah,
can knit.
Brony. Go pick up a needle and
Knitting sucks.
Yeah, it does. I tried.
I tried, it sucks.
I tried learning that first.
Yeah, yeah, I
was
just
like, no, this is too hard.
I was like, I can't do this, and then I learned how to crochet, and I'm like, oh, this makes sense.
This is easy. Get out of here. Bubble. What's good about this is it's clear, so you can wash it out.
Buckins
Yeah.
asking what that plug is in front of Applejack.
For an Applejack? Which one?
Yeah.
There's a few of them.
There's like
Yeah.
a little thing of a thing.
That's a little sack boy from Little Big Planet. That's a triceratops, and that's a leopard.
Megan McGonagall says, Princess Heather, I live!
Hello.
Yeah.
Hold it.
Yeah, looking good. She got eyeballs.
Nice.
Okay, let me see the instructions for the book.
So you're gluing the eyes on?
Yeah, that's what the book said to do, and you gotta do the crochet by the book. The
Are we-
pattern could get crazy. Then you have a rainbow dash. Okay, satin stitching it.
Are we confident that the eyes are going to hold this?
You know.
I am because it's felt on yarn. Yarn.
And if it
holds
doesn't,
it.
you could always glue it on with like hot glue or something.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident.
I'm confident in my abilities as a
I mean, like, I remember, I don't know if you remember, I think it was the third Toy Story movie where there was a point where, and I remember watching it in theaters, and there was a point where a kid dips Jessie's yarn hair in paint, and the entire audience just cringed, because we know we've done that before with toys with yarn, and then it gets paint on it, and it never comes off.
never.
You know, and they play it off later like, oh yeah, they just used a hose. I'm like, bullshit. She she was gonna have that paint in her hair forever.
Okay, so it's going to be pretty simple. I need this needle back. If it'll let me pick it up.
How did you? How?
Like that. I know what you were going to ask. Alright, I need black thread, black thread, black thread.
I know it's in there somewhere. I used it earlier.
Ah, shit.
Well, that's your black thread. You have their black thread? Not that it matters, I suppose.
It's somewhere.
There it is.
I dropped this
Bishop
earlier, so
Paper
things are kind of
says
disorganized.
It's okay, I'll forgive you.
Repair Remastered.
Oh yeah, because it's like in Roman or
I
something.
know, right? Like I give a shit.
Ah, shit. I gotta say, I gotta come up with a better system.
I wasn't looking, what's your system currently?
She doesn't have one.
Yeah, have you seen this shit? It's in a wicker basket picnic thing. Which, not my best decision. There are little bits of this thing scattered everywhere. You do not want to step on one.
No, that's fair.
Hurts.
As long as they're not Legos, I'll be fine.
I used to
Let's see here. Clayton wants to know what the best rarity episode is.
Are we gonna go basic bitch and say art of the dress?
That was a pretty good one. I feel like someone asked us that, and we were like, yeah. But I'm trying to think of like just my favorite rarity moments.
Well, we were asked what favorite rarity song was what was last time.
oh,
This time we're asking favorite episode.
Oh well, that episode was suited for success. But a Dog and
Right.
Pony show was pretty good.
Dog and Pony Show would be my favorite. That's when I really liked rarity. Like, I'm kind of borderline on rarity, but Dog and Pony Show was my favorite rarity episode at the beginning.
If you think about it, that one, what was the one where they had James Jonah Jameson interviewing everybody?
Oh,
Federal review.
that.
Yeah, I liked that one too. We got no spoilers out of it.
Yes.
And
we got
she
those ones.
she just has the best friends that know what a beautiful feminist woman she is and do the best.
Yeah, but in that sense, is it really a rarity episode?
You know, I feel like in spirit it's about rarity. It's about doing something for her.
Because she was locked in a closet and by far had the fewest lines on any character in that episode.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like a milestone in her character arc because it's her setting up her shop in Manhattan, and I feel like that character arc was very important for her. She's just so strong and like intelligent, and it was them really comprehending that and trying to do their best for her because like even if they don't all get it, this is something that they didn't want to mess up for her, you know. So in spirit, it's about rarity and making sure she gets what she deserves. And with one needle and 6 strands of black floss, make 2 straight stitches on the outside edge of each eye for eyelashes.
See a couple of people mentioning Dr. Pepper, and it makes me want to buy a 2-liter bottle of Dr. Pepper and pour it down the drain.
God, what is your?
I like Dr. Pepper.
What is
I
your
like Dr. Pepper with cheese.
Yeah, like what's your damage?
Dr. Pepper is bad, that's my definition.
Well, also is bad for you.
Yes.
Well, yes, but if you're gonna put something bad in you, would you at least want to enjoy it? Dr. Pepper can't be enjoyed.
I enjoy Dr. Pepper.
I firmly believe it cannot be enjoyed.
I have
You
a
are
Dr.
firmly in the minority on that one.
I have a Dr. Pepper shirt. I like it
Yeah.
that much.
Like, I actually didn't realize until recently that Dr. Pepper was caffeinated, and that was a dangerous lesson for me to learn.
What?
I didn't know it was
Seriously?
caffeinated.
It took you that long?
I don't know, because it reminds me of root beer in its concept, so I didn't know it was, and the caffeine doesn't really affect me, so I didn't feel any caffeine.
I just kind of like go in assuming every soda has it because like they usually do. I need to take this out. I don't want to look good.
But like, Sprite isn't caffeinated, and root beer isn't caffeinated,
Is it not?
cream soda isn't caffeinated. No, root beer's not caffeinated.
All that other stuff didn't know about either.
Yeah.
Well, I don't research my sodas, I guess.
So can I just say that I'm starting to notice that like we all have our thing that we get super like clannish about, I guess is the word for it, or pretentious about might be the word for it. Because we were sort of talking about this before the stream started. I have very high standards for cartoons and entertainment. Heather is a super picky eater. Brandon's got his music, and now we know that he's also got Dr. Pepper for some freaking reason that he just hates. And it's like weird. We pick the stupidest things to just the stupidest hills to die on.
I was gonna ask, out of all of us, who has the most?
Bronny.
So,
He's the most pretentious.
Ronnie has like cartoons. What else does he have?
Basically everything. Like
Yeah.
it's all media that he has something to say about. Like this movie isn't good enough, this cartoon isn't good enough, this series. Mostly all things entertainment based.
Yeah, I have high standards for entertainment. I can always tell you why I don't like something. It very rarely comes down to something subjective.
It's always something.
It's subjective to the
The
end of the day.
entire media is subjective.
I disagree.
For the most
It's
part, I would say you have
it's
number
not
like
that
some-
the reasons you have for not liking it aren't concrete. It's that the fact that they matter to you is subjective. You're thinking it as subjective because it's because it has this and therefore it's bad, but the and therefore it's bad is the subjective part. Because the thing that you have as a concrete, this is a bad thing, may not be bad to somebody else. So it's, objective points for a subjective viewpoint.
Okay, but why does Heather treat me like a second-class citizen for liking anchovies on my pizza?
Because you are.
Thank you.
That, on the other hand,
How
that.
is that not in itself subjective?
Well, it
That
could.
really is subjective.
Well, yes, it clearly is subjective, but
But I have.
But you're wrong.
superior taste. Yeah, you're wrong.
There's also a little bit of personal attack in there.
Yeah, when I'm analyzing media, I start with the questions: what was it trying to convey, and I work from there. I learn about the artist that made it and what they were trying to do with this particular piece, and then I work from there in determining whether or not it succeeded in its task. And then, once I'm done with that, I analyze the applicability of the moral of the story completely separate, because that is a very objective thing. Hold up.
even the moral of the story is only really objective. It's if it's outright stated.
Oh, heck.
Hold on, he broke.
Happy for a second, guys.
He broke his back.
There it is working.
No, this isn't coming out good. I mean, the first one came out alright, but the second one,
You could probably only get away with one eyelash. Let me see the book. Where's the book? Book. Because I recall some of them only had one, rather than two. Like,
trying to find a picture of all of them.
Celestia has two. Oh yeah, okay, Rainbow Dash has two. But I feel like there were some that only had one. If you want to get away with just putting one.
I'm actually a little concerned. Ronnie, are you okay?
I think it's fine.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I hear some noises. So.
Noises.
Darkness, no parents.
Let's see, I saw two, but oh yeah, Buck and Five
It's cute.
asked me if I like 7-Up, and Neutral asked me if I like Milk.
God, why am I so hot right now?
Last time I tried 7-Up,
Ronnie probably doesn't think to say about that.
I only for Duke Controller, I only like Voltage. Every other flavor's kind of.
Okay, I'm back from spontaneous muscle spasms caused by nerve damage. What did I miss?
Fun times.
Oh God.
Actually, honestly, mostly what you missed was us being worried about you.
And I'm really sweaty.
That too. Heather's hot.
Okay,
Say
so-
something about that.
Okay, so what about what I just said is not subjective?
Huh?
Oh, what did you say before? We totally
Yeah.
forgot about it.
Oh my gosh. Never mind, it's not important.
Alright, so yeah, it looks like Tempest Shadow has one eyelash, but everybody else has two.
Tempest, you edgy.
Right? It's like, I'm edgy. I only have the one
I
eyelash.
remember I had something for you once. It don't be overexcited. It's not that great.
I mean, I'll take whatever.
Yeah, Battleship talking about soda streams. That is.
And they had an article about Daniel Radcliffe.
Ooh, that is exciting. Oh, don't get a sexy stubble. Yay.
Yeah, I thought you might take some interest in that, so I saved it.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. Enjoy it.
Okay.
Ah, and he's talking about nightstands.
Yeah, I didn't read it myself, so you tell me if there's anything interesting. My mom just brought me a stack of Cosmos when she did her drive-by a few weeks ago and dropped me off a load of Cosmos, so I read through all of them, getting to the interesting bits, but they had an article on Daniel Radcliffe, so I saved it for Sweetie to enjoy.
I don't see like the full article. It just has a beautiful picture of him, don't get me wrong.
I don't
Heather
know.
was reading to me some of the advice that they were giving in those magazines, and it was terrible advice.
You can only give so much good advice when you're horny.
Let me guess. The magazine was Cosmopolitan.
Yes, that's
Yes.
exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
He's such a geek. I love him. Okay, so I feel like I need to read this out loud, right? So the first one is like my overall nightstand vibe. Cluttered and overflowing, it's a mess, and I'd be lying if I said I could navigate it. Thank you for asking me to do this interview, by the way. It has really drawn into focus how urgently I need to get organized. What's in there at all times? A crystal dagger, which I use to kill ghosts. I wouldn't want my mom to find. If I didn't want her to find it, why would I say it here? She will definitely read this. My snack situation. If there are any in there, they're very deep and in a very advanced state of decay, and so I'm probably better off never finding them. What's on top? A light, my keys, and a random pile of change. What I steal from my partner's side, her moisturizer. Oh, that's sad. He's got a girlfriend. How I wake up. I have 2 alarms, both labeled in all caps, so I'm shouting at myself. He's such a geek. I love him.
You know what, sweetie, I'm gonna do for you one of these days. I'm gonna find a way to get Daniel Radcliffe to hang out with us just for like an hour.
Yeah, so he can
Right.
know what a completely awkward mess I am. Thanks for that.
I'm sure he'll love it.
Only because he's a nice boy. That won't
Yeah,
mean I
I'm
won't
sure
be
he'll-
embarrassing the
I'm
shit
sure
out of
he'll
myself.
love it I'm sure he'll love it as much as we do, and it will be a lifelong memory.
No, I'm sure he will be very pleasant and give a kind smile, and then when he's walking away going, oh, thank God, I'm over with that.
On celebrities, the ones we're gonna get
You
for
don't give
me.
yourself enough
right?
credit.
I give myself all the credit I deserve.
When are you gonna get Danny's X-Bang for my birthday?
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I'm working on that too. I got a lot of pots on the stove here.
I want him to pop out of a cake.
We'll do that for a
Rodney,
bachelor.
Can I request the one-on-one with Chris Simpson a minute?
As soon as I learn who that is, maybe.
I sent you like several links of that band.
Yes.
Why doesn't
and I
anyone
don't
click on
remember
Brandon's
any- I
links?
know that I listened to them, but I don't remember any of it.
Looks like I'll just have to do it again.
Yep.
On the plus side, I'm getting caught up on all my webtoon comics that I was following. Gosh, some of them are so good.
Heather, are you getting caught up with Breath of the Wild?
I've not had time for that, okay? I can read or I can play video games. I like reading. Keep disappearing behind the edge.
Reading is better for you.
And we're looking at comics. Gosh, like, the
Well, that's-
people on webtoons,
that's
I feel
technically
like they were
reading.
comics made by
It
people like
probably
me who
is.
just draw way better.
I would classify comics under reading.
I gotta sneeze.
I mean, I don't know if she's saying that comic books aren't.
Bless you, bless you,
literary.
bless you. She
I
actually
don't know
sneezed
if
at
you're
me.
in that.
Felt good. I've been
There have
sneezing.
been people who have said it.
What?
they're not very smart people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch up with Lore Olympus. They're on like their 100th episode or something, and I'm barely at episodes in the 30s. I'm gonna get it though. I'm gonna read the frick out of that.
So, new controller has a question, and I don't know what it means. Sweetie, when Heather and I get married, do you intend to go full on Tomoyo?
Tomoyo. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm already Tomoyo at this point. I don't think there was ever a point in Cardcaptor Sakura that Lee and Sakura got married. At least not in any episode I saw. I would love to see that one though.
What is Tomoyo?
Tomoyo is a character from Cardcaptor Sakura, and she's a hardcore shipper. She's like the best friend of the main character, and she does a lot of things in the show, but one of them is she ships her friend. Like, you know, at first her friend has a crush on this guy, and she like low-key ships that, and then like Lee comes in, and Lee has like, when Lee's going through all of his conflicting emotions about having a crush on Sakura, Tomoyo's just sitting there like crossing her legs and like laughing evilly. Like, it's fantastic.
Oh, so she's the shipper friend.
Yes. That's what I said.
All right. I don't want to watch this show because
you don't watch anything
like,
good, we know.
because oh jeez, I can handle you, sweetie, but I cannot handle shipper friends in.
Oh no! She's pretty low key. She's low key, but she's hilarious. Like, that's the thing. She doesn't like get in there and force anything, but she does manipulate situations. Like, one of my favorite moments, for instance, is they're all over at her house because she's lost her voice. And that's the trouble they're trying to figure out, is how to get her voice back, because she lost it for magical reasons or whatever. So she's using this notebook to communicate. And at some point she looks over, and Lee is just sort of looking at Sakura. And she writes something in her notebook and turns it so that only he can see it. And it says, "You watch Sakura a lot, don't you?" And he's like, "What? No, what?" And then Sakura's like, "What are you reacting to?" And he's like, "Nothing." And just Tomoyo's just sitting there smiling. So she's such a troll. I love her.
That's low key enough. I can handle that.
Yeah, no, she's pretty low key, but she's a beautiful troll. I love her.
Let's see here.
Beautiful with the electric, not you blue hat.
So Clayton, I saw that you had asked a question in the Emperor's New Groove when Cusco says, "Let me guess, you have a great personality." What does that mean? It means the
She's
woman
ugly.
he was talking
Yeah.
to. Yeah, he thought the woman he was talking to was ugly.
And like, it's a thing. It's like, it's something like I would put on a dating profile. You know, "Oh, I'm ugly, but I've got a great personality," type of thing. Like it's supposed to make up for. Well, yeah, that's true. But it's like it's supposed to make up for this.
It is a stereotype that like people who don't look as good try to make up
What?
for it in their personality, like Brandon.
You're full of crap.
Bitch.
No, it's okay. I'm not angry. Just a little sad.
I don't care if you're angry. It's still a low blow. It's one of those things. Like, I'm not mad. I don't care. It's bullshit. I try not to do that, but there are times when, you know, it's like, I shouldn't be angry on your behalf, but I am.
Brandon is a young, handsome young man.
I haven't seen you physically, but I'm sure that is true.
Many a person has tried to hit that.
There you go.
I'm one of those people.
Mostly males, but yeah.
You know, attractive is attractive. Take
Yeah,
it.
I mean, geez.
I'm one of those people that my personality matches my looks, right? So I need to look.
It's off-putting at first. But
No,
then
yeah,
you go
it does,
regardless.
yeah.
The better I am. So that's why I need to grow my hair back.
No. If they're not linked, you are beautiful both inside and out. And by getting your hair plugs that you want, you will only be proving you are both as hideous on the outside as you are on the inside, and that you are vain enough to do that to yourself, and it still won't look as good as what you are naturally.
Gotta say, I can't
It's a whole thing.
say I can imagine Brony with flowing locks.
I'm trying to, and
I
it looks
still want to
fake.
cut off his ponytail from years ago.
Maybe that's why he lost his hair. You just found him in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And you just scalped him on accident.
This is what happened. That like at some point I learned magic and I learned how to go back in time and I tried to cast a spell to get rid of the ponytail. I may have overdid it. I'm sorry, but you know what? You're better off.
I'm waiting for Bronny to
I'm
start
gonna
going
get
like.
you for that.
Yeah, I was thinking he'd go more dramatic. He's going to go like. First of all, how could you? Second of all, I want retribution.
First of all, how could you?
You altered the time. You altered the timeline, sweetie. You should not have gone back. You should not have tried to go back to my freshman year high school talent show. I told you not to do it.
No one wanted to see that.
Hey, Countess did. Tessie and I were going to go together.
Damn it. You know, they really should tell you to sew this on first because, my God, what the fuck is that?
I mean, I think probably you're supposed to let the glue dry first, but, you know.
We ain't got time for that!
Is there a blow dryer in the house?
That's not going to work on glue. At least not in a way that I would feel comfortable with. If anything, that would melt the glue, likely. No, but yes, I do have a blow dryer.
I can see the sun is still out. What if we just kind of put it outside for a minute?
I don't want to
Again, melting. Do you realize how hot it is out there? It's probably hotter than a blow dryer.
What?
It probably feels awesome out there.
Shut up, Brandon.
It's humid where I am, and
I'm
I love the heat. I don't like humidity.
Yeah, we're humid over here because our sweat is around.
My sweat is everywhere. If this shirt showed sweat stains, underboob. Gotta say.
Oh my gosh, the humidity here today was legitimately bad in Florida because it's raining. It was like 90 degrees and it was raining, so humidity was like 90%. And I swear every time I took a breath, I was getting a sip of water at the same
Just that
time.
bolt of lightning.
It was mostly the bolt of lightning. We had like little sprinkles.
It rained here a few days ago, but last night, like out of nowhere, there was just like
Huge thunderclap. Like,
yeah, like it woke me up. Like I just felt a flash of light in my bedroom. I woke up like, who's taking pictures of me? And then it's just like,
yeah, like the apartment shook. Like, I think there was a bolt of lightning that came down very close to us. It was kind of terrifying. What you looking for?
Bigorna says I should get a mohawk
No.
to look more rebellious. Yeah.
I mean, at least that's better than a ponytail. But like,
Honestly,
Listen, I can concede the ponytail,
okay.
but I want my scalp to be fully covered again.
honestly, I read that wrong the first time, and I thought that said religious, and I'm like, wait, how?
It is religious.
Well, I would look for
biblical proportions.
Defiling his temple.
This girl is making me sweat.
Yeah, there was
Look at my droopy body.
Bigorna.
Your body's beautiful.
decides to
Sometimes
meet
I
the
think
new
it's
Make-A-Wish
beautiful.
Foundation. Bigorna wants to meet Jack Black and destroy him playing WWF.
What? I like
What's wrong with Jack Black?
I like Jack Black.
Ron, do you think that's something you could do?
No one hurt my Jack
I
Black.
will do my
My Jables.
best. Right now, I just need to focus on getting a dinner date with Danny Radcliffe for Sweetie, and Heather wants to cheat on me with Danny Sexbag. So
I mean, let's be honest though.
Let's be honest.
I remember that was a thing actually with me and my ex. Is he'd be like, you would really like leave me for Daniel Radcliffe, would you? And I'm like, honey, it's never gonna come up. He's like, yeah, but hypothetically, honey, it's never gonna come up. Like I couldn't promise him I wouldn't. If Daniel Radcliffe showed up on my doorstep and wanted me to run away with him, I'd just send him a text like, sorry, hon, bye. Like, I'm sorry.
Look.
What do you want from me?
I wanna
do not
say
think,
this.
Sweetie, that would be an upgrade in every sense of the word.
I want to say this. Deadpool got married to somebody in a comic series, and they established a pass list. Meaning a list of characters.
That was a very popular thing in the 90s. Like I remember it was on Friends and stuff like that, of having a list of people that your spouse can't get mad at you if you sleep with them. They're usually, obviously, they're supposed to be celebrities, people you wouldn't actually run into type of thing. But it's like, but yeah, and I feel like I would do that. If ever I got together with someone, it's like, list of people I'm allowed to sleep with without you getting mad. Daniel Radcliffe. It's all the only name on there. But let's be fair.
Mine is Danny Sexbang, and any of my wife has become real.
Not a jeweler. Well, at least only one of them is real, Brawny.
Yeah.
I mean, there are like parts of other people in it, like
Parts.
no. Well, I mean, like Billy Boyd's voice box is sexy, but I mean, he's attractive in and of himself, but it's the voice box I'm there for.
No, I
I
totally
would be
get
happy.
you. Love Tim Curry's voice. Don't think I do Tim
Not
Curry.
yeah, exactly. It's that type of thing. It's
Honestly,
like
isn't the poor guy in a wheelchair right now?
yeah, he's not in good shape. He's not exactly a spring chicken.
Not gonna do that. I'd probably kill him.
I lost the question, but somebody wanted to know, ladies, what your anime crush is.
Let me get my list.
Let me get my pillow that Silver Quill bought me. It's Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Let me think.
Now, which one was Kurama? Was that the priest?
The priest. What?
Yeah.
Do you even know what Yu Yu
I don't
Hakusho
think he
is?
knows what Yu Yu Hakusho is because there was never a
Oh,
priest.
no, I thought you said
Ooh,
Inuyasha.
very cute. Oh
Okay,
no,
I'm just,
Yu Yu
I'm just-
Hakusho.
Okay, what was the name again?
Kurama.
I know the name.
That's the dude with the red. That's the dude with the red hair, isn't it?
Oh, that guy.
Yep. With the
know-
rose and the fursona and the whole thing.
You know, I.
Oh, there's two guys with red hair. I was thinking of the guy with the pompadour.
No. No. Kurama is the one with the rose and the rose whip, and he's got like this other like silver fox persona, and he's like smart and yeah, he's my wife.
I need to see.
Here, I'll just get the pillow.
He looks like
Get
a
the pillow.
K-pop star.
Get the pillow. K-pop.
Well, yeah, if I were dating him, I'd force him to cut his hair. There was a point in the show where they showed him back in middle school with his short hair, and I'm like, oh, where's that? But then even at that point, I was in high school, I'm like, oh, I just want that, but aged up because gross.
Yeah, and then Christine called you out on that. She's not in the room, is she?
Yeah, she left to go get her body pillow, I guess.
Okay. How's it coming, brother?
Good. We're just gonna make her mouth and nose, and she'll be good to go.
I'm angry.
You're always angry.
You didn't
I don't
tag me in the tweets.
I forgot to.
It's a
I remember that. I do not have any more of this color of Stitch, so let me see.
Of blue? I thought you had plenty of blue.
what if I missed bronze skirt?
Not like the yarn, but like the thread, right?
Yeah, we did.
We
have tons of black. Where's my?
Crit the crit or what?
I'm a what?
This is the only strand of him.
Oh, that's
So
sad.
let's finish
Take it
what
first.
we're
Okay.
talking about here, and then I'll explain.
What were you saying, Bronny?
You got blue hair.
Christine called you out on your hypocrisy. How can you love Kurama but hate guys with long hair?
Because I love him as a human being. And that's what matters most. But I'm not saying I love his long hair. I just love him.
We're gonna find your soulmate one of these days, sweetie. He's gonna be the perfect guy for you. Your personalities are gonna be perfect together. He's gonna have exactly the body type you want. But here's the thing: he's gonna be bald on top with a really long ponytail.
I will cut off the ponytail. I don't give a shit about the.
Just won't
I-
work on, and you gotta live with that.
I clearly don't care about the bald on top. I very much care about the ponytail.
What are you even doing when it's bald on top and you have ponytail?
It's like a comic book guy. Like he's basically trying to shit me with comic book guy.
No, I wouldn't punish you. I wouldn't punish you like that. I wouldn't punish my worst enemy like that.
So, I guess
Oh,
we're
is
never
this
going to read.
Yeah, I think it actually might be too.
It's
close
too
to it.
light.
And I don't think I have any other kind of blue.
Remember when we had that, Ron?
I got you.
Yeah, there is always an anime ban. I just am powerless to enforce it.
But no, I mean, like, people get on my case about my preferences, and they are very loose preferences. Like, I don't, you know, like, Heather knows my type, but the last guy I dated was very much not my type in very few ways. I love who I love. I mean, I don't actually care. There are a few things that I'd be like, huh, but mainly, honestly, like body type, for instance, a muscular guy, no thank you. No thank you. You know, that's all I agree. You know, long hair more is just going to be a disadvantage on him and me being attracted to him in the first place than anything else.
I don't know if we ever told you, sweetie, but Heather and I were worried that we weren't going to be each other's type, like, early on before we started dating. Because I would always talk about how I like redheads. And she was always, and then she was like...
I never said anything about redhead. No, he likes
like
redheads.
guys, and then she's like, I like guys who wear masks, and I like guys with long hair, and I went, frick.
Well, I mean, again, my ex thought I was ugly when he first found out what I looked like, so...
That is a... Did he tell you that? That's
Yeah.
a shitty thing to say.
No, not at all. I appreciated his honesty. No, he was just... I mean, this is what a lot of people say. When they find out what I look like, they're always disappointed. That's everyone's reaction.
No.
Which I guess is a compliment on how I sound, I suppose. Or maybe that's just what they expect everybody to look like, is the...
I'm
know,
curious
Barbie doll.
as to what Bronny thinks my ideal partner would be like.
I don't know, probably someone who agrees with you on everything music related.
Man who's like Ron, who tells you you're beautiful despite what you may think about yourself.
Well, I mean, he
Where's my
did,
pointy
but
thing?
he,
What he did?
he just admitted how he felt when he first saw me, that's all.
Where did it go? My pokey thing.
Fan service shot again.
Sorry. Oh, they're looking right at me. Sorry. No one needs to see that.
Everyone needs to see that. Ronnie especially. Gosh, where did it go? Maybe I should stand up. What?
I'm looking for this thing that I used to poke the stitches into the plushie, so it doesn't.
Like you had it 5 seconds ago, and then
Is it on my butt?
right? Is it in your butt crack? Like
I'm gonna turn around the chest and go like it's in between
Yeah.
the cheeks. You know? Did it fall? Shoot. That's
wow, that's very confusing.
yeah.
I'm mostly just like do 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 more than anything else.
I guess I'll just have to.
I see something in there. Oh, isn't it there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. It was camouflaging with the thread and the yarn.
Yes.
That was what happened. Okay.
All right.
Oh, I realized I never told the story about this pillow. So basically, the story of this pillow is Pillows a brat. So we were in LA for WeddingCon 2018, Will and Katie's wedding, and we were going through LA and we were going through Little Tokyo, and every time I took Silver to a Japanese place in LA, it was really funny because he had a moment of thinking he wasn't in America. Like, I remember taking him to this one. He's like, man, why don't we have these places in America? I'm like, we're still in America. And he's like, I mean Colorado.
Colorado's America, everything else is foreign.
Everything, yeah, right. Anyway, so we're going through this anime shop, and I see this thing, and I'm like, oh Lord, you know, I have just enough self-respect not to, right? So I walk away, and he's like, so you wanted that thing? I'm like, no. So I push him away, but he found a way of getting it for me, a little brat. So that's the only reason I have, not exactly a body pillow, but a long-ish pillow of my anime waifu.
You use it to prop up your feet.
Yeah.
It's big enough for a hug. Yes. Now it said how to do
Megan McGonagall says, I'm heading to bed. It was nice listening to you guys and not be dead on my feet with energy drinks, fueling me to live.
Yeah,
Good
good
night,
gracious.
Megan.
Good night.
Get some rest.
Honey Drop says, Heather, who's on the poster with the red boots?
I assume that
Oh,
from
that-
last time.
From last time? Oh, that was Pyrus, an Underfell version of him. You know Undertale? Well, they have an alternate universe called Underfell where everything's edgy, dark, and bloody, and that's what Papyrus looks like in that universe, and I love that version of him. And I found a wall scroll of him, and I'm like, and actually, I'm looking at it closer, and there's like these lines that are on, like these, like, you know, like a watermark used to be there, but they took it
Oh.
off, and I'm thinking about that now. Because there's like a one down here called Sparkly Sprinkle, a watermark for them. But I'm wondering if, like, what happened there, and if they actually obtained this image legally. And I haven't looked into it, but I should. Because I got it from an Anime Expo last year. Not Anime Expo, it was something else. But, yeah, so I'm wondering. It's a good question. It's a good question I should be asking. I get it.
Let's see that progress, Heather.
She's selling.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
The coroner says the places that are actually America are Wyoming, Colorado, Iowa, Quebec, and the Falkland Islands.
Falkland Islands.
What?
Falkland Islands are
Yeah.
actually, I think, still under British rule, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, I hope he's making a joke there.
Yes, I'm sure he is. Anyone who knows anything about the Falkland Islands does not believe they're part of America or Quebec.
I don't even know about them, and I don't think they are.
Yeah, no, the
So,
middle of the country is a sad whitewash state of affairs.
Wyoming doesn't exist. Colorado is just mountains and stoners. Iowa is corn, and
The
that's
stoners
about it.
Is that a pun?
No, he means stoners. The marijuana's legal over
Then
there.
it's two levels.
I remember making a joke, and I still don't know if Silver Quill appreciated it or not. But it's like, yeah, well, the grass is greener on your side. I have a feeling the way he reacted, he actually didn't appreciate the joke. He was being nice.
Wait, does he have serious stances against women?
No, I think he just probably doesn't appreciate his state being associated with that more than anything. It's like, oh, the grass is greener on your side. He's like, aha, shut up. Well, sort of the vibe I got from him. He didn't say that. He was like, haha. Anyway.
Thank you for the ammunition, sweetie.
Yeah, like he's gonna care.
I'm sure I'll find a way. Christine says, sweetie, I'm going to turn my Animal Crossing island into a wedding destination. Do you approve?
I approve. Do it.
All right. So what did we do today that was fun, guys?
I did chores.
I did streams.
And what streams did you do?
My friend from college, Hydra Cannon, we watched Cardcaptor Sakura.
Nice.
At least the first couple episodes.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing a tweet.
Looks nice.
That looked better.
Yeah, no, she looked good.
Let's fix your bangs and the whole stream can get a look at your brand new face because you are done. Are you all ready?
You ready for the grand reveal?
It's something. I gotta tell you guys.
It's beautiful something.
Does her hair look good?
Yeah.
That's
I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up.
I bet it's gonna be good.
It's
Will it
great.
look good or will it look?
It looks.
It looks beautiful. Ignore the whole head problem.
It matches the head, honestly. It's great.
It's beautiful.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Woo!
So I'm gonna add up how many streams it took you to do this and pay you accordingly.
No. You got me all the stuff.
Well, yes, but you provided the talent. I tried to do it on my own. It did not work.
They gave me a project to do my stream. Don't even worry about that. Buy me a taco.
Okay, I'll buy you a taco.
Let's see. Well, we still have an hour left of the stream, so now we get started on our next project, Twilight Sparkle.
Yay!
Battleship Agincourt wants to know if we can see my face tonight.
I don't know how I would do that.
Also, I don't want to be on camera.
Also, yeah, we have to actually consent to it.
I'm
Stupid
wearing this extremely inappropriate white T-shirt with Sharpie marker written on it.
He wears it as a pajama shirt.
Oh, now you have to go on camera, Bronny.
I wish.
I still haven't seen you wear it. I saw you get it. I've never seen it on you.
He
Oh,
like
look at
wore
that,
it for me
my
one day. Just
webcam has
the
something
pants and the
mysteriously
shirt.
flown across the room and broken against the opposite wall. So
Stop making
nothing we can do
threats.
there.
So okay, let's get started. Okay.
Well,
Bigorna says that is a beautiful crochet horse.
It's on you.
Christine says, "Aww."
no,
She's
see?
got her eyeballs sticking out a little bit, but that's fine.
It's fine. It's cool. It's fine.
Just like keep that in your room, and I have the glue, so just put
Yeah,
more
when in
on.
doubt, I'll just like stick more glue. I'm like, no one saw anything.
I think she does. Yeah, it's fun. It really is fun. I
But
probably
if
won't
you,
use like the pattern unless I'm doing something straight from this book because the head thing is just so long.
The head thing is redonkulous.
I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah.
Alright.
If you be mad if I said I went off of practice and now I don't know what we're doing.
Oh no, that's totally cool. I do it all the time.
Yeah. We
I
do it to you guys all the time. We talk to our stuff and they're like, what are you guys talking about?
Where was my little cat note that I was using as a bookmark? Here it is. This actually came with that one pin I got you that also had the Sailor Scout
Oh.
sticker in it. They gave me a little note that says, "Thank you for ordering."
Sorry,
That's so
go
cute.
Bronny, what are we doing next?
Yeah, and I use it as a bookmark. It's good stuff.
We finished.
Brandon, take over. I'll be back in a minute.
We have finished Rainbow Dash,
She is all done.
and now we're going on to Twilight Sparkle.
I do like how they did the hair.
Yeah,
I
oh
do
yeah.
like that because you know me. I usually just sew in yarn and be done because I'm lazy. But doing hair like this is good, and I'm really excited to do Twilight's hair in here. Let me show it to everybody.
Yeah.
Twilight's hair is very interesting.
Yes.
It looks like the back they kind of did it like her, but like I'm interested in her bangs.
Mhm.
So that's
Everyone
gonna
is
be
saying that your Rainbow Dash is a beautiful crochet horse.
Thank you very much.
And technically, it's pony, isn't it?
It's fine.
Yes. But ponies are horses, just not all horses are ponies.
Okay, foundation patterns for pony heading. I have to do the work top down, chain two, crochet. Yes.
So I realize you've got a whole bunch of birthdays scribbled on there,
Oh yeah.
but they're not in.
My sister was
Time
on the
order.
phone with me, and I took them down as she told me, and I
Okay.
just
So
haven't
how-
finished. But
how
June
similar?
is Ben and Oliver, and Little Dan.
Ben Oliver and Slow Cruise. Yeah. Whatever
Little
that
D.
last one is.
That last one is June 24th. So little D, Oliver, and Ben. Okay, Ben, Little D,
Man, Ben and Oliver are really close. That must suck.
Ben and Oliver. Oh yeah, but they're years apart. But that's fine because Oliver.
No,
is
I mean that
excited.
must suck that they have birthdays. It's like it's my birthday today, and then it's yours tomorrow. kind of thing.
They live in different states, so it hardly
Okay, so they're not
matters.
siblings.
They're not siblings.
Okay.
Benjamin and Bobby, the two on top, are my little sister Natasha's kids, and CJ, Logan, Luke, Oliver are all Tammy's kids, and Jazz and Little D are from my other brother.
Oh, so basically each of them have a June baby.
Each of them, yeah, that's true, isn't it? Wow. Yeah,
You'll have to get on that, Brian.
No. Maybe we'll adopt a puppy in June.
There you go. Cause yeah, you got a May baby who's close, but she was an end of May baby. Maybe
She
you
was
can.
an independent baby. And she's also like a spoiled child. My
Very
God,
much so.
how would she react if I brought an actual baby into this house?
That'd be a good question.
She would lose her shit.
Possibly.
She'd be like, who the fuck is this one that you're always holding?
Right?
You're giving her the freaking boob juice? How the hell? You barely give me some of your fried chicken. You give me this fried shit. She would not like it. I can already tell you.
I don't know if those would be the reasons, but no, she probably wouldn't like it. And I tell you right now, she would not tolerate like a toddler pulling on her tail or some crap. She'd be like, oh hell no. I don't care if you're her favorite. I'm gonna scratch you to high heaven.
Yeah. That's the problem with having like kids, pets and things. It's a whole hierarchy.
We've had a lot of, you know, owner surrenders where it's like it's not the dog's fault, it's our kid's fault, but we have to get rid of the dog because the kid keeps on pulling on the dog's tail and the dog keeps on snapping at the kids, which is an understandable reaction.
It's like, yeah, and it's harder to put my kid in an orphanage than it is.
Right, that's basically it. It's like it's harder to put my kid up for foster than it is to put a dog up for adoption. So there you go.
Put a dog up for adoption, fine. Put a kid in an orphanage, I'm a bad guy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm having trouble starting it today. I gotta focus,
Okay.
Heather. I got time.
It happens to everybody.
I don't even remember who we're making this for. Silver.
I don't think we're making it for anybody. I thought you were just making it because you got stuff.
Well, I got the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You can make it for yourself.
If it comes out good. If not, I'm gonna be like, here, sweetie, take it.
Yeah, that works too. It's ugly too.
When my mom brought me all my stuffed animals, there were some things that I made that were just mistakes. They were awful, and I'm mad that I finished them, if you even recall that. And I'm like, I should just throw these out, but my freaking aunt wanted to save them. I'm like, no, please don't keep these pieces of garbage. So I said, no, I'll keep them. When they were gone, I threw them out. Really disgusting. Yeah, I don't want people keeping my mistakes for me.
So Heather,
Yes.
what is the process of making Twilight more or less the same as it was for making Rainbow
Oh
Dash?
yeah,
Or
it's
is there-
gonna be the exact same body type, the same eyes, the same face and stuff. The only thing that's gonna be different is the colors. She's gonna have a horn as well as wings, and she's gonna have different hair. So, but the body and the face are all gonna be the same.
And a different butt mark. That takes up the whole
Oh
butt.
yeah. Hopefully I can do this one.
I honestly think it looks nice.
I think it looks nice. It's just if I could make it smaller, I would.
Yeah, right? Like that was the funny thing, is like it's ridiculously huge. Did you do it off pattern? No, that's how they wanted to make us. They wanted us to make it ridiculously huge. But in the picture it's not ridiculously
Look at
huge.
the freaking cadence.
Yeah, Kate's got this tiny little thing, yeah.
That cadence is cute. I like her. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get to that guy. But why should freaking they have multicolored names?
Right? It's gonna be a pain. Well, I mean you did one multicolored mane,
That's
so you made it work.
I made it work.
Alright, I'm back. Have I missed anything?
Did you see that we finished Rainbow Dash?
Yep.
And we're starting Twilight Sparkle. Oh, before I forget,
Yep.
let me get some ibuprofen. I don't want my cramps kicking.
Oh gracious.
Excuse me, don't look at my butt.
Look at all the butts. Yeah, probably like at some point when we start buying more materials, I'll get the materials for Princess Luna, and that'll be something you can make for the Silver Quill.
Nice.
I don't think
Buck&5 wants to know what other ponies are in that box.
no materials for any other ponies. The only materials they got us were for Rainbow Dash, which we made and is beautiful, and Twilight Sparkle, which we're starting on now.
If you think she looks really good, take a few good pictures. I'll post it on my Instagram.
Okay. So, but the patterns they gave us were for all of the main six, and then we've got the princesses. We've got Celestia, Luna, Cadence, and then this was clearly for promotion of the film because we've got Tempest, Shadow, and what I think is the stupidest pattern. Oh, we also have Spike. I forgot to mention Spike. I'm sorry, Spike.
Oh, you have Spike in
I
there?
love you. Yeah, Spike's in here. He's right here.
Oh, that's cute. I like Spike. I might make him. He's adorable.
Yeah, he's an adorable little Spike from our Spike. But we also have Grubber for some reason. Because I don't know what twisted person would want a crocheted Grubber, but if you'd have one.
I gotta say, it looks cute.
It looks cute, I didn't like the character.
I might make it because it's cute and give it to one of my nephews. They don't even know what it's from.
Or like, I almost want to like use the pattern to make another character that's better.
You know what? I probably will make that for one of my nephews for Christmas.
There you go. Make a little Grubber.
I'll take out that old Avengers or Marvel pattern book that I never got to do things for and make stuff for Christmas for my nephews.
There you go.
Yeah, as it is, I gotta remember to send Ben, Oliver, and little D stuff for their birthdays.
Christine says, sweetie, I'm listening to Animal Crossing Singer in the game, and he's doing a random song that sounds like an Irish jig.
Nice. It's a KK slider. Yeah.
Let's see here. We need to give some sympathy to Bigorna. He says, my sister-in-law decided that she didn't want to take care of her dog, and now I have to take care of a Siberian Husky that is hyperactive.
Oh, what Siberian Husky isn't? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at Luna.
I don't see it. I'm just looking at my
Just
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Wants to
Let
know
me see. Yeah, we go
whether
over
you
there.
want a Thunder King plushie. And I'm guessing he means Storm King.
They did not give me Storm.
No Storm King, just Tempest and Grubber.
Some of these look really good.
Yeah, but he asked if you would want one. That's what he said.
Oh, more than Grubber, but
Storm King, he didn't look cute. Oh, can't even see him. Let's go a little further back. Yeah. Perfect. You see all my stuffed animals. My babies. Oh, goodness. Okay, so no crochet and section.
alright, so yeah, I'll be on push it.
Take the page and send it to my phone.
I'm trying to, I'm like, how do I stand it up without holding it? Because she won't stand on her own.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use my wife.
You're gonna need a lot of stuff for this.
We're gonna figure it out, man. We're gonna figure it out.
It's gonna work, I know it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine, trust me. It's gonna work, I know it's gonna
So
work.
I have something I'd like to share, if I may.
Go ahead.
I guess.
What's
You
up?
have to.
What's up?
So my work, I'm back at work, and they had been doing a thing where they would give us our full salary even while only having us on a 3-day week. So with that, I was working on moving into my own place
Nice.
in July, and but now they're switching us back to only giving us or only paying us for the 3 days a week which we work. So I gotta put off house hunting again. I don't know how long that's gonna last for, but I've decided that once I get done spoiling Heather rotten for her birthday, I'm gonna start seeing a chiropractor.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's getting bad, guys. I don't know how much you heard, but I heard my body just locked up, and it was very painful.
If you could see
And
one
it's still doing
sooner.
it's still doing it too, but
Yeah, I don't know why you'd wait.
I can't even stretch.
Why would you wait that long? That's gonna be over a month.
Yeah,
I'd do it
It's been
now.
money. It's been a money thing.
Well, how much would that be?
Few $1,000s.
I mean, so you don't have health insurance with your job?
No, but also a lot of chiropractors, last I checked, don't take health insurance.
True.
So it wouldn't matter anyway.
No, but they may, if you go to a doctor and they can't help you, and they may refer you to a chiropractor, and sometimes that can be through your insurance. Or you can find a general practitioner who's also a chiropractor.
Yeah. I was gonna look into getting onto my works insurance plan that they pay 75% of once I was in my own place.
Why?
But if I'm only getting paid for 3 days a week, I can't afford to have anything taken out of that right now.
Well, how much is taken out of it?
Well, I don't know how much their health insurance plan costs, so but they pay for 75% of it. I don't know. I'm missing the information there.
Yeah, I would look up how much it's going to cost you per paycheck to get that, because that sounds like something you need. Heck, even if you were 100% healthy, that's something you should have.
Oh, definitely.
Even though, I don't need to get what do they call them? Manipulations. Like when they crack your back and everything.
Adjustments.
Adjustments. Okay. I've always wondered what those feel like because they look like they would feel really good.
Yeah, they feel nice. They're strange. I mean, they feel like cracking your knuckles, but it's in your neck. the crazy stuff that they start doing is when you start getting closer to perfectly aligned, and they don't need to do as much work to you anymore. Like the last time I was seeing a chiropractor, he needed to do something called ART, or active release therapy, which was basically a deep tissue massage on my legs. And then he would start with my neck, and then he would flip me over and he would adjust my hips. And it took like an hour to get through all of it because I was so badly twisted out of shape. But as we were getting closer to the end, he would just be like, I would go into the office, he'd be like, lay down on your stomach, and he would take his thumb and run it up my spine until he found something that was slightly out of place, and then he would just press down on it with his thumb, and you would hear this pop, and then he would do that like maybe 2 more times, and be like, okay, you're all set now.
It's like magic trick type of stuff there. And
But
like,
yeah, I'm at a point right now where like stretching doesn't even, like I'm losing flexibility by the day, and I can't even stretch to get it back.
Which all the more like see it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
It just hurts to move all the time. So I don't know. I probably overshared. I'm sorry, but
No, it's all right.
I
It's
wanted
fine,
to
honey.
let you know.
That just means there's going to be more people to annoy you to tell you and go see people
Yeah,
sooner.
exactly.
If anything, it benefits me because it's not just me telling you, hey, go see it as soon as possible.
So
don't wait around.
let's go on Twitter and have everybody on Twitter annoy Bronny about seeing a chiropractor ASAP, okay?
Every post you're going to put from here until you
Oh,
actually
Heather.
do it is going to be like everyone coming like, hey, have you seen the chiropractor yet?
Heather, while you're doing that on Twitter, continue your thread and tag me.
My threat.
The thread, you know how you continue a post that you've made before?
Oh, yeah. I'll tag you in. Yeah.
I will say this though, I am a little nervous because about whether or not I can find a good chiropractor, because the last chiropractor I had was also one of my coaches, so he just knew exactly what to do and knew exactly what I was going to be doing according to those adjustments and worked. So it was a very, like, him and I just knew each other very well, and it's going to be hard to replicate that. And if I do, I'm going to get very lucky.
I would do what we're doing because I'm looking for a primary care physician so I can see a doctor, just in general, to get a physical. And they, on my works insurance that I have, like I'm looking up doctors and they have reviews next to them because patients will review them. So I would go do your thing, go on Google, find chiropractors and see if people have left them reviews.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best I got.
Yeah.
You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, Heather, you mentioned that, what I did the last time was after I messed myself up really bad and I wasn't healing, I went up to the lady who was coaching me at that moment, and I said, okay, I know what this is, I know how to fix it, do we know any good chiropractors? Because the one that I had gone to when I was 17 was no longer in business. And she goes, oh yeah, Sensei Vega is a chiropractor. Let's go see him. And I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't know that. And he hooked me up. He gave me Sensei Vega gave me like a 30% discount because I was part of the family up there.
Yeah, so ask around in your area, and
Yeah.
like I would even talk to the people at work, because I'm sure they want you in your best shape too.
Yeah. So worst case scenario, I'll call up some of the combat sports schools around here and be like, listen, do you know who do you recommend, or do you know anybody? And if so, who do you recommend? Because what you're looking for are people that have experienced similar injuries and how they fixed it.
Yeah, we gotta get you back in fighting shape.
Yeah, it was nice when I was all adjusted and straightened out again. All my flexibility came back. Heather, I was this close to getting my legs behind my head again.
Oh my.
Wow. What am I supposed to do with that?
Right?
I mean, I don't know what to do with that position with him.
Well, I mean,
Flexibility, Heather. This is what you do. It means you get confidence that I'm going to have a longer, stronger, healthier life.
sure, that's where our head was.
Because flexibility
My eyebrow
is
started wagging
directly
for you.
tied to
Stop.
your heart health.
Sure.
Well, heart health is good for a lot of things.
Hard.
I said heart health, but whatever you're hearing.
It also means, like, if you're flexible, you're also more likely to recover from injuries faster.
So you can ride him as hard as you want.
Ew.
Christine says, I watch a lot of chiropractic videos on YouTube. That's an interesting thing to look up.
So Christine
very
will
cool to
fix
watch.
you
I'd
up
There you
love to
go.
get
with the
to
degree
this
she got on the
as well.
internet.
So here's the thing, Christine. Getting adjusted is like a 6-month long process, just so you know. And then when you're done with that, in an ideal situation, you want to go back and see them once a month to every other month to get a one and done. Nagorna says the good thing about him getting that husky is that his other dogs have befriended him with no problem.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Very good. So if you don't mind me asking, and feel free to tell me to shut up, that's too personal, but so I get why they were like paying you more for the shorter days, because I'm sure that was pandemic related. But if they're not going to pay you for that, is there a way of just getting the other days back?
Not yet. Because so here's what's up. We sell audio equipment to film and TV productions. So the productions are still not going on right now. So until the movie industry picks back up, we're going to be extremely slow.
Well, I'm sure you guys can. You guys
so
cater
they're
to?
they're cutting as much cost as possible so that they can stay in business long enough for the industry to hopefully pick up again, which hopefully will not take too long.
Well, is there a way they can maybe cater towards news broadcasters? Because I know they still are running.
Yeah, we got a lot of we actually got a lot of news people that are frequent customers of ours, but that's a lot less of selling equipment and more of them sending us equipment that they bought from us years ago to get work done. Like, is it something like a piece of equipment they bought years ago breaks, they send it back to us and we fix it and then send it back to them. Which is fine, but it's like one of one of 5 things that we do over there, and it's not even the thing that we do the most. But the 2 biggest things are we sell stuff and we rent stuff, and sales are slowly starting to pick back up. Rentals are not quite there yet.
That's fair.
Yeah, so it might be another couple of months before things start picking back up. Thankfully, we are in Florida now, and I don't know enough about anything right now to know if it's a good idea or not. But Florida's opening back up very quickly, and so if Disney's opening back up, and Universal's opening back up, and conventions are going to start coming back in July or August or something like that, we should start seeing an uptick in business around that time again.
And you said that was in July?
Yeah, July through August. We're gonna, I think those 2 months are gonna be a big deciding factor for the company I work for in what happens going forward.
Fair enough.
And I'm told a lot of our competition isn't even. A lot of our competition is behind us in terms of opening, or if they're even open right now. So what I'm hoping happens, and I'm probably going to jinx it right here, is the production starting, and they need to buy a bunch of stuff, and they need to rent a bunch of stuff, and there's only one, maybe two companies in the country that are open doing this stuff, and we're one of them. That's gonna, if that's what happens, that's gonna help a lot.
Fair enough.
Yep.
We sure haven't had to worry about sales at the car dealership. People are buying cars like nuts.
Yeah, I've heard that, like, when I've been talking to you throughout the day, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
How
crazy
many
the
people
amount.
are buying cars this year of all years.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, for a while we made the joke around the office was like, people are deciding to get cars because they got their stimulus check or whatever. And I'm like, that was a while ago. Why are y'all still buying cars?
Some people haven't gotten them yet. Some people have been complaining about they haven't got their stimulus checks yet. So some of them may still be trickling in.
Oh, God. Stop buying cars. I know, freaking, we sell a good, reliable car.
Very reliable car. I will definitely say, if I ever have enough money to buy a Subaru, I'd buy a Subaru.
We sell Subarus, by the
Yeah.
way. But yeah, it's like, stop buying Subarus for a few minutes, okay? Give me a break. When you buy a Subaru, you deal with that one manager who helps you negotiate your price and bull crap. Then they get all that paperwork they had you sign, and they throw it at me. And I gotta do all that shit.
Clayton says there's a Disney anime game called Twisted Wonderland, and I wish it was a series. Do either of you know about this?
Twisted Wonderland.
I
That
think
sounds
I've
familiar.
heard of it, yeah.
There's a dating sim, isn't it? That like, it's Disney.
My God.
Oh, yeah.
I can
I've seen
see-
that too.
Ronnie, that it sounds like it could be your worst
There was
nightmare,
one that like
Disney
Iago
anime.
was a
But in
person.
person, yeah.
And then there was the person next to him was like, guys, I need to express this to you. The person next to Iago isn't Jafar, it's his staff.
Oh my god.
They personified his staff.
What is it, kitty? What's up, kiddo? You want to come sit with mommy? Good baby.
I dropped chicken on the floor today, and I told her,
Honey
hey,
Drop
nice,
wants to
eat that
know,
chicken that you
Heather,
ate.
have you seen the Overwatch video 0 Hour?
You know, I don't think I have yet. It doesn't sound familiar. I can't remember what the last one I watched was. I think it was when Echo was in there. Nice. This is the petting you
Okay, so I'm not gonna read Christine's clarification that this game we were just talking about was a mobile game, because then we might be tempted to get it.
I'm gonna get it.
Gosh darn it!
Too late now.
Hell yeah. Christine, what was the name of the game?
And you still read it, Ronnie. That's the thing. You still read
That's
it.
the joke. I'm a funny guy, Brandon.
I couldn't tell.
And
Come here, kiddo.
You know what? I'm glad you guys are here to keep my ego in check, because every time I upload a video, all I get are comments all day about how hilarious I am.
Yeah.
are those the comments you choose to look at?
No, I don't censor my comments in any way.
Oh, okay, that's it.
I know.
Here comes the kitty, the little patient.
She's very familiar with my bed. Yes.
Showing your butt. Look at your butt. We have a little spot for you. It's perfect. Yeah.
Battleship Edge, of course, says, my family favored the Subaru for as long as I've been alive. And a few years ago, I went with a Mazda 3 and haven't regretted it. Foreign cars are far superior to U.S.-made clunkers.
Yeah, it seems to be the case. Like, Ford was American made and that didn't serve us well. What else is American made?
I know that
Chevrolet and Dodge.
Dodge
And,
doesn't have a good reputation.
Dodge is pretty bad. I thought Chevys were foreign made.
Chevrolet. That sounds French.
Aren't Jeeps American or am I stupid?
Jeep?
Jeep, sorry, yeah.
And Jeeps don't do good on gas.
Well, I would actually say, even with my terrible Jeep that I had a long time ago, they are durable. I just don't like them.
I ever tell you guys about my curse with Jeeps?
I feel like this is a setup for a pun.
Tell us, honey.
No, it's not. Every time that I've almost been hit by a car, it's been a Jeep. And then every time I have been hit by a car, it's been a Buick.
How many times?
Well, then Jeeps are better with their brakes, aren't they?
Yeah, I suppose so. 4 times I've almost been hit. And then twice I've actually... Wait, was it twice or 3 times? It was 3 times, because one was an actual accident and the other 2 were stunts. Buick.
You know, freaking, I had to deal with some, like, I'm always doing it, though. I'm dealing with these pedestrians that, like, jaywalk even though the crosswalk is 10 feet away.
Yeah.
And it pissed me off, like, this week because, like, I was coming up to an intersection and, like, the light was turning red and these people were coming down the middle, just walking down the planter. I'm like, are they just gonna walk down the whole way? And I'm just keeping my speed, and then they go to the edge and look back and forth and look there. I'm like, and I just stop and I'm like, okay, go. Because you clearly can't wait. The crosswalk is live right now. If you just step 10 feet that way, you could have done it. But whatever. I'll be the good guy here. Could have just hit them.
Yeah, get ready for that, but scaled up
Florida.
when
Yeah.
you come to Orlando.
You know, you really don't sell Orlando to me very well. Like, you want me to go live there, and you're just not selling it. It's hot. It's jaywalkers. It apparently doesn't have the best neighborhoods. You're not helping yourself here. Hurricane season? What the hell?
What about tour gators?
That's a, you know what, that's
Yeah,
a silly.
so Heather, look at the silver lining of everything. We do have the gators. The hurricane season means a lot of rain. The jaywalkers you can just hit with your car. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Great, nice.
Just commit murder,
Don't
Heather.
listen
It's
to me.
fine.
The point is there's a silver lining to everything.
Come on!
The hitting jaywalkers.
Yep.
I tell you, I want to sometimes. They get on my nerves. Which, shoot, I almost hit one today just because he was being an idiot. Not intentionally, but he was being an idiot, and I happened to be there, so I almost hit him. And I had to slam on my brakes.
One day it's gonna happen. I'm just like, if there weren't all these witnesses here, I would do it, and then there's gonna be no witnesses, and I'm like, well, no witnesses.
No, you won't.
And no, I won't.
Yeah.
But you know, I'd like to.
You are of a delicate disposition. I don't think you'd be able to handle it.
Delicate disposition. I do get nauseated easily.
Well, I mean more of, yeah, nauseated at the crumpled up body that you just caused.
You get what you fucking deserve.
And you get that image in your head for the rest of your life.
Damn it.
But Gorgeous of Florida, so it's Brazil, but with amusement parks.
Oh yeah, quite a few
Little bit.
parks.
Yeah.
Get me an annual pass for Gatorland.
I'm pretty sure Orlando's crime rate is way lower than Brazil's.
I would have no way of knowing. Except with Google, maybe.
That's true.
Let's
Like,
see
you
here.
do have the internet.
Battleship Azincourt says, "Life is such a fine cat. Can I have him?"
No! It's a girl,
It's
too.
a her, for starters.
Don't you misgender my kitty. Okay, I understand. And also, she doesn't like anybody.
Yep. She doesn't even like me. She's just tolerating me some kind of hair.
She barely likes
She
me.
is surprisingly cooperative with Sweetie petting her right now.
Yeah, especially since I gave her medication yesterday, which she actually took better than expected. She wasn't happy about it, but she dealt with it.
So go ahead, Brandon.
Can I pet the cat?
Yes, at the kid. Yes, you can. She's an endless void of hatred and despair.
She's lovely.
So I never got clarification. What did we take her to the vet for?
Oh,
And,
just,
what's the medicine for?
Just an annual checkup. And
Annual checkup and vaccines. We got her, I told them about the scab still coming back, so they gave us the same medication we had before. They're saying that the new food, if it's going to work, it may take a few more months before we see any results. So we got some medication for her ears and for her back to help her out.
Heather's been telling me that the scabs have gotten a lot better, that they're almost not even there anymore.
The scabs on her stomach especially are pretty much gone. Like, the vet was calling my bullshit. She's like, I don't see nothing except a lot of mats. I'm like, first of all, shut up. Second of all...
Third of all, eat my dick. Fourth of all, you want to do it?
I know. I was like, you want to try it? She's like, yeah, probably not. She's probably... It's like she's already seeing how much life is being a butt. Stress panting and all that.
She is a very easily agitated cat in some ways. Like, half the time she doesn't care, but, like, then you do something out of her comfort level, and she's just like, ah!
Yeah.
How dare her?
Yeah, so I'm hoping that the medication combined with the new food is going to basically make it all go away.
Oh, she's gonna hate it when Christmas time comes around again.
Go take a picture with Sandy.
So, Clayton's got like,
She has been shedding
an
a lot.
essay here, but
Well,
it's actually
some.
kind of interesting, so I want to read it off. He says, can anime still be good without fan service?
Yes, of course.
Why does anime rely so much on fan service? Can't they just make a series without degrading the characters?
You know?
Is it messed up that I want them to wear as is it messed up that I want to wear almost the same clothes as anime characters?
Okay, to address your first question, yes. To address your second, which I think was like, can't they just make a show without fan service? You know, I talked about the anime before, but Code Geass. Code Geass had next to no fan service in it. There was definitely female characters that were scantily clad, but it wasn't going out of the way to like get panty shots or anything like that. They had somewhat of a school setting at first, but we just like get rid of that. We slowly get away from that. Code Geass is more about like the inner turmoil of like the civil war, of an all-encompassing empire, and where Lelouch, the Britannia, fit into it as a disgraced prince that was presumed dead and going under a different guise while also trying to build a better world for his younger handicapped sister.
So anyway, go watch that one.
Go watch that one if you want a good series that doesn't rely heavily on fan service.
I think like how much fan service varies from anime to anime. There are a lot of times I'll go into an anime and I can tell sometimes by the way a character's designed how much fan service we're gonna get. You know, and I'll be like, oh, never mind. I have like done that where I've walked away from an anime because I can tell. Like, and sometimes it has to do with, for instance, breast size can be a factor, but also how, like breast size, how uncovered the breasts are, but most importantly, how shiny they are. If the
shiny boobs.
Shiny boobs. If they have a gleam on them that has no business being there, I will walk away from the anime right there because I'm like, oh, I know what this is going to be about. You know.
I know that's a note for my art style. Shiny boobs.
Shiny boobs.
I'm gonna
It
draw
happens
some
a lot.
shiny tits.
Shiny boobs.
I've been drawing humanoid characters for not very long since Hasbin Hotel got me in the mood for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, I'm like working with boobies right now, seeing what looks big, what looks normal. Like I've drawn boobs before, and like people will be like, "Hey, you gave this character big boobs." I'm like, "Those are big to you? They don't seem big to me." But like, I guess it's like.
Well, that's because yes, I think you. But yeah, culture because you definitely have a skewed view on that because you think you're small.
A little bit of fur on you.
I've got a lot of fur on. I
I know.
know. I'm trying to get it all right.
You should have seen me earlier with like I was making my bed. This one slept on my bed though, and I had to get the lint brush and go on my bed.
Yeah. Get the holy roller.
Kitty, I swear.
Get the holy roller all over my face.
Richard, good baby.
McGorda says, knife is a big girl. You can almost call her machete.
She is 12 pounds, so she's getting a little chonker.
Oh, little baby.
I gotta stop sneaking her little pieces of fried chicken. I have fried chicken. She wants it. I just like a little bit for me. I got Church's chicken the other day, and I just sat there watching TV, and she came up and lunches and wants some chicken, and she's like, "Yeah, I want some chicken."
No more snacks. No,
I'll never forget like when the first couple of weeks we were having trouble getting her out of her shell and not hiding, and then the second we popped open a can of tuna, she just materialized.
She's like, "What's up? How you doing?" So remember when we met? That was pretty good, right? So how about right now?
And she has not shut up since. It's been a year.
Yep.
This is the quietest I've ever seen her.
Want to make it loud again?
No, I didn't.
Hear the thump thump of her legs.
That thump thump.
Sweetie, for the love of God, keep petting her.
No, no one touch her. Let's see what happens.
Bigorna says the fan service is stronger
She's like
only on animes
immortal?
marketed towards boys and lonely men. The good thing is that anime is full of niches, so we can circumvent all the fan service.
Yep. It is possible.
Now my friend Brian watches, like, he's got some pretty strange tastes in anime. And I don't think ill of him for it. But I definitely have some very serious Chris Hansen-y questions for the people that make these animes. Like, he's watching this one now, and I think it's called Senko-san or something like that. And, where there's a character in it named Senko-san. It's basically this old guy living with a fox deity that looks like a 10-year-old girl. And it's way too suggestive for something that is supposed to look like a 10-year-old girl, and he's like, oh, but she's not 10, she's 1,000 years old, because she's a fox god, and I just flipped.
You know what?
Like,
She's date raping you.
I hate that excuse so much.
You know what's interesting? I'm reading Lore Olympus on Webtoons, and it's like all the Greek gods, putting them in a modernish type setting. And the thing is, it's a course between the romances between Hades and Persephone.
Right. I know that one.
And they're tackling that age difference. She's 19, good, legal, but he's over 2,000 years old. So what is your opinion on that? I'm just like,
that was
technically it's okay, but I'm like,
Well, we know for a fact that most of the Greek gods didn't give a frick.
No, they
Yeah.
gave it no.
I
cares.
think the writer of this particular fiction is kind of making
They're
it less
trying
weird.
to make it less weird, because obviously, if they went by the mythology, he would have just kidnapped her.
There'd be way more incest.
Yeah.
So let's not do that.
So let's not say that. Yeah, but like that reminds me of when Moana came out, and like it's so nice to see a Disney princess movie where she doesn't have a romantic interest, unless you count Maui, which is gross and weird because not only is she underage, she's way too old for her.
Let's keep that platonic.
Yeah,
Thank
keep that
you.
platonic because gross.
Yeah, that's too bad. Those guys in that movie.
What can
very,
I say
very much
except you're
Yeah, which is not my thing.
not your thing, but like the pretty built dudes in that one. Her dad had it going.
Whatever you're into.
Yeah.
Last time I watched that film, actually, because Disney Plus has corrupted me. But I want to know the background story of her mom. Is it weird to say? Because there's just a line she says where she's like, the things that we think that we want to do, the things that we want to be, they just can't happen. And part of me is like, oh damn, girl, what broke you? Right?
Like who crushed your dream?
Yeah, I was like, who crushed your soul, girl? Like, did you really want to marry the chief? Was there someone else and you just got pressured into it? Like,
I feel that way. I felt that way, but I feel like we're going to find extra content that tells us that story because, that there was the same thing with what was the movie? The Day of the Dead movie with the little boy. Coco. I had questions about the grandmother because she obviously still loved her father, but there was still this whole thing with the family of not loving music when, like, Grandma Coco, I don't think she'd carry on that sensibility so strictly. But it was revealed in a book that she read that she kind of took music out of her life too because she used to love to dance, and that's how she met her husband.
right.
Like she was dancing at a festival. But she went out dancing one night and she didn't tell anybody about it because, music's still banned and her mom was still alive at that time. But she came home and she had fallen when she danced and hurt her foot, and her kids were watching her and they were very concerned because she didn't say how she hurt herself. And they were watching her limp and they just had this concerned look at her eye, and that's when she was just like, I can't keep doing this because people are worrying about me and my family's more important. So I liked hearing about that because it kind of like sort of that.
Yeah, sort of
why
that
she
little
keep
loop of, why she didn't as soon as her mother was dead. Be all, like, come on, y'all. Music's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very sweet. And, that movie had a lot of feels in it.
Oh, Coco. Oh, God. I weeped like a baby.
Oh, Coco. I liked the movie was named after somebody who wasn't. I mean, she was obviously a prominent figure in the movie, but she wasn't in it.
Right? Yeah.
God, freaking! It was when they was singing "Remember Me" in the way it was supposed to be sung that I was just like,
Yeah. Oh, my God. And then I'm like, I know this is gonna come up as a reprise later, and it's gonna hurt them too. And then sure enough, I was like, oh, here it comes.
It's too good.
I can't do it.
Sad. Can't do it. Hey, Bronny, did you ever watch Coco?
Because
No,
you
I haven't
spoiled
seen.
the
I haven't seen that one yet.
Let me make you watch it because
Yeah,
it's actually
it's
a
pretty
very like feel sad film. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say feel good. I felt sad.
All right. We got a few things here. Battleship Core says, I'm clocking out now. Good mental health to everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.
Brandon says, I'm just going to sit and listen for the remainder.
Oh, okay.
We make you sad.
I'm sorry, we're talking about Disney movies. Oh, did I ever tell you I have a funny Disney movie story
Tell
for
me,
my
tell me,
sister? So my sister's fostering a little girl, and she got really into Little Mermaid because my sister is educating her well. But you know,
Thank you.
the thing about little kids is that they tend to like, I love this thing and I want to watch it over and over and over and over again,
Jesus.
which of course sends the parents up the wall. So she finds out, like, wait, there's this other film about the Little Mermaid. I'll have her watch that, which is the third movie, which is actually Ariel Begins, so it's like the prequel. So she puts that in, and this little kid's like 3 or something, and she's like, and so she was talking to me, she's like, I didn't realize Disney prequel Ariel's mother was missing in the film. It didn't connect in my head the dangers of just showing a Disney movie to a young child blind, because sure enough, they have the backstory of when Ariel's mother died. And of course, this 3-year-old is going, what happened to Ariel's mom? And she's like, oh, crap, Disney.
And this was also a situation that kid's a foster. Do you know what happened to her parents?
Yeah, I do. I'm not going to say it on
Obviously not, but I'm like, what if that stirred something up?
No, it didn't stir. Like, no, because what happened is she's like, because in the movie, like the Ariel's mother, it seems like, is either crashed into by the boat or taken like by fishermen or something. Something happens with her and humans. It's even a little vague on specifically what causes her death, but she done dies. And but basically what you see is you see Ariel's mother and you see the ship come at her and then it pans away. And so, you know, this 3-year-old's going, what happened to her mom? And my sister's like, she got on the ship and just went away and then started a new life somewhere else. And,
I was like, she was taken prisoner by pirates?
no, it wasn't like, she definitely tried to paint it like she got on there voluntarily and she like started a new life in the Congo. I don't know. Like,
That kid's gonna get older and go like, wait a minute!
yeah, wait a minute. Well, I mean, I did the same thing when I was a kid. You know, they tell me bullshit, and I get older, I'm like, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, it's not like straightforward like Lion King.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Please don't show that Jeff Lion King yet.
I was 5 when I saw Lion King, so
Wait till she's 5. Maybe a little older.
I told you my Lion King story, right? My sister loves telling it. It's hilarious.
Well, she might not believe in the rejuvenating power of true love's kiss, so she'll cry right then.
Right, exactly. Oh, I'm sorry, kitty. Am I scratching your butt because you have mats on your butt? You embarrassed me at the vet with all your mats.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have brushed her for you.
No, it's okay. I mean,
This
it's
one
gonna
should
happen.
do her job.
Right? Groom yourself, woman.
Well, but
And groom instead of nip. There's a difference.
she likes to nip. She doesn't clean her butt fur very well either. Now we gotta do that stuff. She had litter between her toes at one point, and I was trying to clean them out, and she wouldn't let me. And I'm like, well, if you cleaned it, I didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
You gotta clean. And I haven't seen her with dirty little toes in a while, because I think she got the point, like, okay, if I have litter between my toes, she's gonna pick at them. Well, yes, of course I'm going to.
Because someone's got to.
Yeah, it's like being an actual mother and seeing your kid come in with a dirty face and just like trying to clean it. Like, no, stop. I'm like, well, if you had it clean, I wouldn't have to.
I was definitely that kid.
Don't even start with me on that.
This is. You still with us, Bronny?
He's dead.
Yep, I'm
Okay.
just listening. The corner says this is the weekly reminder that onions are evil and taste bad.
Thank you. Some of us need reminding. Not you.
No, I do need reminding. I hated onions when I was a kid, but I've since gone accustomed to them.
Well, I'm still a child. Clearly.
Ever sent me a very relatable meme today, and it went something along the lines of a mother asking her daughter, why aren't you eating? And the daughter says, because there's onions. And then the mother says, but you can't taste them. And then the daughter says, then why are they there? And then the mother says, so to make the food taste better. And then the daughter says, but I thought you couldn't taste it. And I was like, I don't even have a good response to that because that's exactly how onions work. If you
And I just went, aha!
Yeah, they're what we call aromatics. They add
Jessica.
well, they add a smell more than a taste. They unleash the smell of the other ingredients in the
yeah, and when you mix them,
But I don't know
other
what
stuff and
Genesis means.
saute them,
I don't know why I know how to say
the
it.
taste of the onions changes itself. And I told her like, yeah, my friend the other day made me a cabbage dish, like a German cabbage dish, that was really good. And you don't taste the onions in it, but if the onion, I can tell you, it would taste very different if the onions weren't there.
Yeah.
You know, if it's like a chili, I'll try it, but I don't want it.
I don't like if there's a little bit of onions on my pizza. If there's other stuff on the pizza, that's pretty good too.
I've
But,
tried that crap. I can't do it. Can't do onions there. Nope, it's
I'll put
saturated.
a little bit of diced onions in almost everything. Now, I won't do that with Heather around, but when I'm cooking on my own, there's a little bit of diced onions in almost everything. But yeah, I got a pizza sitting in the freezer for me for tomorrow, and that's got pepperoni, sausage, green and red peppers, and onions.
I'm pretty hungry right now, and I don't know what I want to eat.
New controller says, I'm gonna duck out. Have a good night.
Night, ciao.
Seems like people are leaving early. I think you got 10 more minutes.
Oh yeah, 9 more minutes left in the stream. 9 more minutes left in the stream. Anyone else make comments, questions, or concerns, please say them out for our times. Until the next stream, I did forget to post the link to my stream and all the Discord chats that I usually post in. So, you know.
I took care of it for you.
Aw.
Well, in your chat. But I'm also part of like, well, did you put it in Evan's chat? Because I put it in Evan's chat. I put it in Lennon Black's chat. Oh, that's probably why we didn't see this week. Too bad.
I'm not in either of those chats,
So I gotta do that. I'm the one that needs to do that, and I gotta remember to do it. But yeah, well, I'm tired.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm hungry too. I wonder what I should eat.
Bigorna's saying some pretty funny stuff right here. That's the loophole that made me start to cook for myself, so I can cook without the oppression of onions. Onions are better if they're not put on food, but you can use them as a projectile, or a decorative plant, or a tear gas substitute.
There you go. Why would you have it as a plant when it smells? That reminds me, I bought some seeds.
And you're going to plant them where?
In a pot. Probably.
Okay.
These are good. I think we're in the blue area. When to plant.
Yes.
And here we're in the red. You gotta plant these in February or May or August or September. So sorry, I'm not gonna be able to make you carrots. But I guess I'll make you a cucumber.
Okay.
I just
You
want-
better plant them soon. It's the last month on here.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta go buy a pot and dirt. Yay!
Oh, are we planting?
Apparently.
Cucumbers. They were cheap and I just picked them up, but I'm like, I'll try and see if I can do that, because I should at least learn how to. I don't think this is going to replace grocery trips, obviously. But if I grow a cucumber, I want to see if it tastes better.
Okay.
Because it's organic!
Organic, I
We
think
can make
is.
our own pickles, Heather.
I know there's that.
That's true. Make my own pickle. Oh, hell yeah! I have plenty of jars.
There you go.
I'm a genius!
She says as it was
As I
Friday's
steal
idea.
Fridays. I do like a pickle!
This is why y'all think I'm stupid. Every time I come up with an idea, y'all steal it.
I take it, I'm like, you know what we should do?
I love that. We should make pickles. We should make pickles. I'm a genius.
I'm a princess. I can do whatever I want. If I want to do it, I do it.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you picked this.
Yeah.
Clayton said I had Little Caesars today.
Hey, Little Caesars is good. I wish they'd bring back the pretzel crust. It's killing me. If I ever get a sponsorship from them, I'm going to make that a term in my contract. Be like, bring back pretzel crust. And then we can talk about this. Or make some specifically for me. A little less on the salt. Easy on the salt. That was the only problem with it. A little too salty.
That's my problem with pretzels as a whole. I don't like how salty they are.
Yeah, the pretzel crust, ultra salty. So I'm wondering if I can like go in there and be like light on that salt, really light. Sometimes it would just be too salty, where I'd be like, Mom, you want to eat this? She's like, hell yeah, because she loves salty shit. But I don't like super salty. And you know me, like when I made last 5 minutes of the stream, last 5 minutes of the stream, and the last minute comes, especially when it's sitting out for a little chance. And when I made those mashed potatoes for us, like I would eat, and when it goes to the point where I say it needs more seasoning, it needs more seasoning. Like, how was it for you?
It was alright.
Yeah, and I was even like, put a little more butter. You can. Put like 4 globs of butter in that thing. We eat
So,
all that?
ladies,
I think so, yeah.
ladies, for the last 5 minutes of the stream here, we need to start a political argument. Clayton says, does anyone wonder when Disney will go back to being good and somewhat original?
Is that political?
They were never original.
No.
And
yeah,
they
like
are good, and they've gone back to being good, but they were never original.
Oh yeah, they stole stories from fairy tales.
They stole stories from themselves. Like, I loved watching. I went back and I watched like a lot of the stuff they had in the 30s and stuff, and it's like, oh, there it is, the first Disney sequel, and oh, there it is, the first,
I never did this.
I forget, there was something else that I saw. The first Disney animated remake of something they did in live action, or blah blah blah. You know, like there was a lot of, or live action remake of something they did in animation. You know, they've never been original. All of their stuff has been from other sources.
Christine says when corporate cleans up their act.
Well, they're better than in the Eisner days. I mean, I know that's not saying much, but I'll take whatever I can get.
Yeah, corporations are a hard thing to wrangle in.
I mean, Disney live action stuff has never been great. There was a time they had some good stuff in like the 70s. But
if y'all like those sitcoms from Disney Channel,
You get the
The other day, I was thinking about that live action remake of 101 Dalmatians that came out of like the 1990s.
as a child I like that because puppies.
that one wasn't so bad.
Puppies.
I actually liked that one. I didn't like what they did to Roger, I guess, but I loved Cruella was really good. I thought that they did Horace and Jasper pretty well. Hashtag, oh my gosh, I'm blanking out. Hugh Laurie. Gotta love Hugh Laurie and Arthur Weasley. I don't know the actor's name.
And it was all practical. None of the dogs talked in that movie, am I right?
The dogs did not talk in that film.
I saw that first before I ever saw the animated movie.
Okay, that hurt.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry, honey, but that's the movie my parents got me, and I eventually saw the animated version at school. You know, at school they also showed me the OG animated Jungle Book, but I only saw half of it.
We need to educate you. Remind me. Yes, Ronnie.
I have not seen the animated 101 Dalmatians.
You know, I liked
And in
it.
what grounds did you feel like you could bring up the live action one?
Because I have seen that one.
But you can't compare it to the original animated if you haven't seen it.
It's interesting they made
I
that guy
wasn't
video.
gonna compare it to the original because I haven't seen it. I was just saying I remember it. And what did we think about that one?
It was a good live action remake. I still prefer the original, but I thought it did the original justice. I think honestly, Roger and Anita were actually the weakest parts of the film, even though clearly they were trying to make them more personable. I feel like they failed in that regard.
Well, as a child I liked it, but you know,
They were
I'll
fine.
just tell you the movies now that I had as a child to watch, other than watching regular TV like SpongeBob and stuff like that. I had a copy of The Lion King,
Okay, at least you're not completely.
Hercules,
Oh dear lord. Okay.
Last minute of the
Pocahontas.
stream.
Right.
last minute of the stream, last minute of the stream, last minute of the comic book stream.
Last minute of the stream will be me being horrified.
Okay, so like it was Pocahontas. Let's see what else. Like we had 101 Dalmatians, the live action version.
So basically nothing outside of the 90s, by the sounds of it.
Five Goes West. That was.
That was the 90s, and that's not Disney.
I didn't see the original though.
The American Tail. Actually, I had that same dilemma. We had the VHS of Fievel Goes West, but I'd never seen an American Tail for the longest time. I have now.
Yeah,
I've seen
I
it
have
now.
now, too.
Yeah, but yeah, it took me forever to
But
see it.
Five Goes West has my heart because I loved Little Cowboys at the time.
Yeah.
I did have mostly 90s things, and we didn't get new stuff for a long time. I'm sorry. Lower class.
That doesn't count.
No, what? That totally makes an excuse. It's the end of the stream.
You had cable. I didn't have cable. So don't you give me the
Do you
lower
think
class
Disney
stuff.
Channel just puts on all their movies? Not on a loop. They had Disney
You're
Channel.
saying you watched Nickelodeon, which means you guys had cable, which means you guys spent more on entertainment than my family did. And yet my family had the whole library of Disney.
But the Disney Channel at the time didn't just have their movies on loop. They
So
showed
you buy the VHS tapes instead of wasting your money on SpongeBob.
let me. She was just like, no, you have TV at home. We're not going to buy you more VHS.
I can't even remember if she took me to theaters to see Disney movies.
I'm so glad I started this political argument.
Okay, we're done for the night. Everyone's saying goodnight in alphabetical order, and we're doing this shit. Like, we're not even continuing this shit. Bronny, say goodnight.
No, to finish up this stream, Victory Fire says, Sunny with a chance was great. Fight me, sweetie. And now we can end the stream.
Son of the Chance. That show
I
was
haven't
alright.
seen it, so.
And I didn't enjoy that one. When I was younger, my little sister watched Disney Channel more than I did. She watched That So Raven, and Hannah Montana, which I didn't appreciate them in their time, but looking back, it was kind of funny. I remember Lizzie McGuire.
Oh yeah, I remember listening to her. But no, remember I didn't grow up with cable, so I actually know very little about Disney Channel lore.
It's just they just threw a lot of crap at the wall and saw what was sticking, you know. Anyways, that's the end of it. Bronny, say goodnight, damn it.
Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for coming out.
Sweet.
Good night, damn it.
And I'm Heather, guys, and let's thank my patrons while we're at it. Thank you, Emerald Spencer, and thank you, DJ Skywalker, for supporting my channel and my streams. If you guys would also like to be patrons to help me out with, like, whatever, I guess, my Patreon is linked in the description. If you pay up to $10, you can be in my Discord server. And if you pay more, I think at the $20 tier, I will crochet something for you on stream. It could be something from my pattern books, or you can make like a strange request and I can see what I can do about it. We can talk about that all in DMs. But if you're interested in any of that, please, yes, go to my Patreon and you can subscribe. Or if you feel like making me a one-time donation, because you're like, Heather, you're not worth like $10 a stream or whatever, you can go to my PayPal and make a one-time contribution. So, anyways, thank you all for showing up again to my stream this week. It's been a blast, and I enjoy talking to you guys and talking to my friends. It's a great way just to spend a Saturday night. So, again, thank you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Good night. All right.